Well, it is called Canada in a Changing Climate. It's a report released by the Federal Department of Natural Resources this week, examining how climate change is impacting all aspects of society. The report is 800 pages, prepared by scientists from across the country, including several researchers from this province. NTV's Don Bradshaw spoke with one of those behind the study.
When you plan for climate change, you plan for everything.
Dr. Brian Eddy believes the time for talk is over. Now, communities, agencies, and individual citizens must move forward with a plan to adapt to the impacts of climate change. Dr. Eddy is a researcher with Natural Resources Canada who is part of a team from across the country examining how rural and remote communities in this country are impacted by climate change. And the findings seem to indicate many regions are not ready to adapt to the impacts of a changing environment.
Unfortunately, one of the things we found is that majority of communities really don't have the capacity to do proper adaptation planning. And that's where we need more collaboration among multiple levels of government, the industries that operate in these communities, the communities themselves, and other stakeholders in the region.
The natural resources sector faces a significant threat from climate change, and that has the potential to trigger negative economic implications throughout all of Newfoundland and Labrador. But the report suggests a one-size-fits-all strategy for combating climate change will not be effective, as the challenges from region to region can be vastly different.
Taking a regional approach and inviting all the players that are present in that region together, I think, is probably a more effective strategy than what's being done currently or what has been done in the past, where different sectors operate kind of independently.
As the report outlines, without immediate action, all aspects of life in Newfoundland and Labrador could fall into jeopardy, from drought-like conditions creating food shortages to coastal erosion causing local infrastructure to crumble. Even the wilderness would face considerable harm.
We should expect to at least be dealing with a stressed forest in Newfoundland, and we can expect changes in forest composition, for example. But with the expected extended summer season, for example, as well, we're more vulnerable to pests and wildfire. So that takes another level of planning than we're accustomed to used to.
Climate change is about much more than fluctuating temperatures or precipitation levels, and the authors of this report believe it's important for people to understand that combating the impact of climate change will take much more than stabilizing a few numbers. For NTV News, Don Bradshaw, Corner Brook.